Hey guys, Kristen here. I wanted to jump on here and stop, don't eat the phone. Kristen here. I hope that you're having a good day. It's sunny and nice here today. The horses are in the field. It's quite lovely. I am in isolation, but I wanted to pop on here and talk about something that I think is really important in the world of meditation, and this is that voice that yammers in your ear when you're meditating. Sometimes it happens to everyone, whether you haven't even started your meditation journey yet, whether you've just started meditating, whether you've been meditating for years. We all have that voice in our ear that tells us that we can't do it, that it's too hard, that someone's doing it better, that we're not doing it the right way, that we don't deserve the 15 minutes that it takes to meditate. This is something that we all universally have. What is it? Well, long story short, it's our ego. And the ego is the part of us that always wants to be fed. It's the part of us that really likes acknowledgement. It's the part of us where jealousy lives. It's the part of us that, it always needs something. It's always asking for something. It's also the part of us that doesn't want us to pay too much attention to it. Because if we start to really pay attention to what it's saying, 9 times out of 10, I can guarantee you that voice, you'll realize, doesn't sound a lot like you. These are outside ideas. These are stories that the world thinks it knows about you. But this isn't, these things that this voice in your head is telling you aren't the things that are in here. So there's a lot of ways to combat this voice. First of all, it's always the loudest before it's quiet, if that makes any sense. So as we start to meditate, as we start to calm ourselves, as we start to have more control over our emotions, after we realize that how we react to situations is up to us, that's really difficult for the ego. So we'll start to notice it piping up, because it doesn't want to be calmed. It wants to get bigger and bigger and grow and feed more and more. But when we cut off its food supply, it gets pretty unhappy. So right before you're gonna make a breakthrough in this department, you'll start to notice the ego piping in there and getting louder and louder and louder. So I always tell people, when you're starting to have a ton of negative self-talk, you need to keep going. You need to keep pushing through, because this is when you're gonna get to the other side, and the other side's really beautiful. There are a lot of things that I like to do to combat this. One of them is I like to write down the things that this voice in my head is telling me during the beginning. For me, it's usually like at the beginning of meditation, before I've kind of gotten fully into the present moment. That's when this voice kind of starts to jabber. I like to write down what it has to say, because I guarantee you, when you read it back, you're gonna be like, this doesn't sound a lot like me. Like, these are things that I know aren't true, because the ego isn't authentic. It's not your authentic self. So it's really important, if you write it down, you'll see that it's not your voice. It's not what you know to be true about yourself. So that's one of the things that I really like to do. Another thing that I really like to do to help to combat this internal monologue is, before it even starts, I like to write down a list of things that I'm grateful for about myself, things that I love about myself, things that I know to be true about myself. So if you're getting concerns that, oh hey, I'm gonna meditate, and I know that when I meditate, this voice pops into my head, I like to already have a list of things that I know are true and I know that are beautiful about myself, to combat any negativity that might happen during my meditation. Hey guys, sorry, Winston kicked me out of my spot and then conveniently left the frame. So there you go. But another thing that the ego really hates, that voice in your head really hates, is humility, is you being honest with it. Getting humble about your journey and where you're at. Instead of trying to say, I'm perfect, I'm meditating every single day, I'm meditating for an hour, I'm always staying present. Like, no one's perfect at this. It's all a journey. So when you hear the voice that says like, oh, you're not doing it right, yeah, you know what? There's 10,000 opinions about how meditation should be done. There's like 20,000 styles of meditation. And I'm sure that according to someone, you're probably doing it wrong, but does it matter? I don't see anyone around here that it matters to. When you hear the voice that says that you're not worthy, I call BS. That's BS. Everyone is worthy of meditation, and you have just made a whole gratitude list about how worthy you are of meditation and peace and harmony and balance within yourself. So you know that you're worthy of that. When you hear it saying that there's someone better, yeah, there probably is someone better. There are people that have been meditating for their entire lives since childhood. There's probably someone better. But does it matter? Not at all. So I get a little bit passionate about this because we are all so worthy of this, and I think it's really powerful to begin to be able to take control of that self-talk in your head, because you will hear it get quieter and quieter and quieter. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know how you found this video. Let me know if there's other videos that you would like me to make. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.